Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Talk About It. You guys know this is one of my favorite series. This is where we get a chance to talk to women like we are going to talk to today with Michele, who are able to share about something they're very passionate about, something that they're really connected to. And I've known Michele for a number of years now. And it's funny because I think this is like one of our few times we actually see each other, but
Yes.
we've been such a huge supporter of each other's work for a number of years. And she's one of the very few people that I know that are very committed to health and wellness. And I know that's a buzzword in some cases, but this is her lifestyle. This is something that she lives and that she is very committed to. So I wanted to bring her on here today because I know that she'll give you some really good information. So that being said, before we jump into all of that, Michele, tell me a little bit about yourself, or tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, Kimberly, thank you, excuse me, so much for having me. I've been looking forward
Oh,
to this. And hey, you're right, we get to see each other,
yes.
but I'm always thinking about you. I always see you on
Mhm.
social media, so it's not like we're far away.
Right.
But yes, so my name is Michele, and I'm a certified women's health adult nurse practitioner. So I've been practicing women's health probably, God, I'm going to date myself here, for probably over 30 years. I started when I was a baby, so it's okay. And so yeah, it's my I've just always felt a calling on my heart to really work with women in women's health. It's been, and
Yeah.
I've tried to get out, and God keeps putting me back in. So, it's his ministry. It's not mine. It's his ministry that he gives to me. And it's my gift is in the servitude in the area of helping women understand and uplevel their
Mhm.
health. And really, for the past several years, especially even before the pandemic and things really changed everything, I
Mhm.
have really been on the platform of really wanting women to understand why they need to be there. And we're going to talk about that today, why
Yeah.
they need to be their number one self-care advocate, and why you need to place health, in the front burner, and it cannot no longer be on the back burner for us women.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that because I think that, and I do want you to speak about this a little bit later, because I know when people hear self-care and their immediate thing is spa,
Yes.
or something along those lines. But I really would love to, and once we kind of go through some more questions here, walk us through a little bit about what self-care really needs to look like for women, because that's such a broad term. So let me first ask you, why do you believe that women have to be their number one self-care advocates in order to be healthy?
I think that, okay, because the myth is that your provider or whoever you go see,
Hmm.
doctor, nurse practitioner, physician assistant, whoever's out there, that they're the know all be all. And that's like the end. Like they know everything. And maybe in Marcus Welby's days, that was okay when doctors or providers were only seeing like maybe 6 patients a day.
Yeah.
But our healthcare climate today has really shifted. It's very, outdated, it's inundated, shortage, you name it. And you have to understand your own health and take care of yourself, because if you don't look out for yourself, especially today, then really nobody else is going to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When you come in my office, because I still practice 3 days a week, and I can
Mhm.
say this because I am a provider, I
Mhm.
see upwards of 30 patients, if not more, a day. Everybody
Wow.
from all over kind of stuff. We're lucky if we get 10 minutes per patient. And yes, I give you my full attention. I remember you when you're in the room, but the minute that
Yeah.
you leave, unless you have something wrong with you, I'm
Yeah.
on to the next person. And then, we're inundated with paperwork, and there's a huge shortage now, post pandemic, with all the medical people leaving, medicine, and for a number of different reasons, not just because of the, shot, but just because in healthcare, it's very stressful today, and it's very burn, and you can burn out very easy.
Mhm.
So you are just part of a broken system if you are just relying on all that and coming in and just dumping everything on your provider. So you have to understand your body and really want to take care of yourself, because if you don't, like I said, nobody else is going to do it. And I
Yeah.
just feel that as, busy women like you and I, and business women, whether your career,
Mhm.
your mom, whatever, your
Right.
health is your greatest asset. And if you
Yeah.
don't value it, nobody else is going to value it like you.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You know how it goes.
It does. It does. And I would love for you to talk a little bit more about that and about the health side of it, and how that is something we need to take into consideration. Because I know that not now, but before, in having a busy lifestyle, I would like eat one meal a day, and I would not take the best care when I'm putting in my body or working out or doing anything. And I found that I was sluggish, tired, and trying to figure out why. But I wasn't like taking care of my body, because in my mind it was I was working so much and not remembering, Kim, drink water, something, or what have you. So talk a little bit about how self-care is like in your health is such an asset to you.
Okay, cool. And this is kind of like too goes into like when we're talking like the disconnect too, is
Hmm.
that busy women, whether you have a career, whether you're an
Mhm.
entrepreneur or you're, a mom, because mom is a big job too. Okay, so we're
Right,
not
right,
discounting women who stay at home either.
right.
But when you're busy, we put everybody else and everything else in
Mhm.
front of us. Okay. And as women, that's just how we're created. We're created to be
Yeah,
caregivers. We're created to give
yeah,
all of ourselves to everybody else. And there's little left to us. So when people, and I take care of a lot of business women in my coaching program, in my practice and everything, and they come to me and they feel like the same way as you do. And it's
mhm,
because they put everything first. And we think with our businesses as we think with our life. Oh, if someone said to you, Kim, okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z for your business, you would think nothing of it because you'd say, okay, that's just a business expense. So I have to go do it. Right.
yeah,
And I need to do this and it's right off. And I see that as paying off down the road. But we don't look at that in the same regard as our health when we think of our business. And I'm trying to get women to see that you have to factor in your health as a big part of your bottom line into your business, your career, into your life,
right.
because it is who you are and it's going to help everything. If you are not healthy, your business is not going to be healthy. Your
Yeah.
life is not going to be healthy. Your career is not going to be healthy. You're not going to be able to do all those things that you want to do out there and that you were created and meant to do
Right.
because you're not feeling up to par. So like when I ask women, okay, you need to go buy a supplement and it costs $45. They're like, oh
Mhm.
no, oh my gosh, $45, can't my insurance cover it? And you're like, no. But
Yeah.
if I told them to go out and you need to go and sign up for Zoom, for instance, and it's $20 a month, they think nothing of it. Okay, I'll go pay
Yeah.
$20 a month and I'll pay 15 for my email marketing and that's fine. But there's the gap. You have to think that your health is just like your business. And if you have to put money into it to get the return on it. And when you're
Yes.
healthy, your business is going to be healthy because like you said, you're going to have that energy. You're going to you're going to have that get up and go. Your brain is going to be where it needs to be. Your immune system is going to be up.
Mhm.
So it's important that, we think about that and
Mhm.
close that gap and realize that we have to put our health as a bottom line and that it has to be a priority.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, like I said, going back to the other thing, if you don't, then nobody else is. And you're going to
Mhm.
find yourself burnt out at the end of the day. No matter how hard you
Exactly.
think you can do it, you're not going to. At some point, your body's going to say, that's it, I'm
Yep.
done, and you're going to have
Yeah.
to figure out. And then people are wondering why I'm like this. And you're kind of like,
Mhm.
well, okay, let's dissect this but that's not really the medical world isn't, let's look at what causes the problems. Let's put a
Mm.
Band-Aid on it. Here's a pill, walk out of the office because we're so busy
Yeah.
and that's what we have to do with people. And that's where I'm trying to teach women, when you understand your body, you can start to kind of see where it's going wrong and what you need. That's where you
Mhm.
become your advocate. And
Yeah.
like what we're talking about, drinking water, and we're going to talk about those too. Doing all those things for yourself is what I call self-care. There's two parts to me for self-care. There's the
Okay.
icing and then there's the cake. The
Okay.
icing is like what you talked about, going to the spa, getting a
Yeah.
manicure, getting your hair done. Absolutely fantastic. And we all need those. A
Yeah.
massage, great. Though
Mhm.
that's the icing. But the cake for me, for self-care,
Mhm.
is those things that you are doing every single day to move your health in the forward direction. And they
Okay.
don't have to be big things. They can be small things. Like you said, drinking water. You're on the computer all day, shutting
Mhm.
yourself off from the computer or just turning around and maybe taking a
Mhm.
5-minute meditation, or you're in your car from a business meeting to a business meeting,
Yeah.
just, getting your brain away from some of that stuff, going outside on lunch and
Mhm.
walking around. If you're an entrepreneur and you're at home, walk around your house
Yeah.
or neighborhood, or
Yeah.
go down the stairs instead of an elevator, park farther away from your job to walk, get
Mhm.
your girlfriends after work to go do something. Those little things are, add another salad to your day,
Right.
instead of drinking garbage stuff. So it's the small things, like Darren Hardy says, small things compound big things over time.
Yes.
So women think that,
Yes.
oh my God, health, being healthy is expensive. Well, being sick is more expensive to me
It
because
is.
it's taken away from your life. You have
Mhm.
to spend money on medication, whether your insurance pays for it or not. You're paying for your insurance.
Right.
So it's not health. Being healthy is an investment, and I don't look at it as an expense, and women should not look at it as an expense. So that's kind of like
Yeah.
where we need to shift all of that. And we just, we don't do that enough because in the medical world, we are saying dump everything on us and don't have any responsibility for yourself,
Mhm.
because we want you to depend on us, because we want your insurance. We want you to be sick. We want you to be on pills because that keeps the
Mhm.
system going.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to show women, yes, that is good to have a system. Yes, you need to go to the doctor. Yes, if you need medicine, that's fine. But how do you help yourself over here to depend less on this?
Yeah. That's it. So let me ask you, for that woman who's like hearing all of that and she's like, okay, I get that. Where do I start first? If someone has not ever implemented a lifestyle that was healthy, or maybe they've gotten away from it for so long, like what would be like their first thing they need to focus on?
I think the first thing you need to do is, first of all, look at where you are currently,
Hmm.
and acknowledge that, and love yourself wherever you are in that journey. Because I think
Hmm.
so much of us women, we beat ourselves up. Oh, I
Hmm.
see my friends this, I'm not that. I don't like my weight. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't care where you are. I don't care what your weight is. Love yourself today, because if you don't love yourself right where you are and you're beating yourself up, you're not going to be able to move forward.
True.
Number two, look at the things that you like to do. Don't look at your friends. Don't look at your mother. Don't look at anything. Close this. What do you like to do? Do you like to walk? Do you like to ride a bike? Do you like to swim? Do you like to, whatever that is, you find something that gives you, motivates you, because you're going to need to stick with it. Okay.
Right.
And then you have to write down, like, is just like with business, we're taught, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? Why is it important to you? Because yeah, health takes work, just like anything else, just like your business takes work. And there's going to be days when it's going to be not fun, and you're going to be busy, and you're not going to want to get in your car to go to the gym or do that walk. But then you have to
Right.
remember, why am I doing it? Like for me, I want to build a legacy for my family and for my grandkids. I've got two now, and
Hmm.
it's important for me to be able to get on the floor with them and play with them, take my granddaughter to the park and get on all the equipment and do whatever she says. I want to be a hands-on grandma. So that's my why.
Yeah.
So I keep myself healthy and agile for that. But that may be different for you. So everybody has to find their own why that's important for them. And then, like I said, just do things that you like to do and implement small things.
Yeah.
For instance, if you don't drink a lot of water, water is so important. We're going to talk about that too. Look at what you do drink and add one more glass of water a day. That's it.
Hmm.
Don't start. People think, oh my God, I have to get so radical and change my entire life today.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
don't. No,
Yeah.
it's every little small step. I teach women, every little thing you do on a daily basis adds up. And there's going to be some days you're going to fail miserably. I do. We all do. And it's
Hmm.
okay. Get back
Yeah.
up tomorrow and do it
Do it
again.
again. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I love all that you're saying. Let me ask you when you mentioned about water, because this is the funniest debate that I heard, and I would love your impression on it, because I heard there's a big difference between just regular water. Um, was it cucumber flavored kind of waters that you put stuff into it? I heard sparkling water is not great for you to have, or flavored water is not great for you to have. So talk to me about the water, and because I had one woman, not one, actually a couple, who shared with me, well, I don't like drinking regular water, so I'll drink all these other waters. But her doctor was sharing that's not the healthiest kind of water to drink. So, I've learned people will not drink water just because they don't want to drink it plain. What is your thought around all that?
yeah, I drink water all the time, and I don't like
Yeah.
plain water either. Okay, I just
Yeah.
don't. So I flavor it with natural stuff. I
Okay.
do. I squeeze lemon in there.
Okay.
I buy limes. You can with strawberries. You can use cucumbers,
Hmm.
like you said.
Okay.
Cucumbers are very hydrating.
Okay.
Um, do I drink carbonated water? Yeah, I drink
Okay.
carbonated water. It's not my all day go to drink.
Right.
My favorite. I don't drink soda, but I love Zevia. It's a
Hmm.
sparkling,
Yeah.
soda. So it's my treat, in the
Yeah.
evening every now and then I drink that. But it's not
Hmm.
to say that you can't have carbonated water. I just don't, I
Okay.
just drink regular water.
Hmm.
And you can flavor it with your natural stuff, not
Okay.
going and buying the stuff like at the store that's already flavored, because you've got to look at it. Those flavored waters a lot of times have sucralose, which
Yep.
is, you know, um, sucralose is the other one. It's not, it's the yellow packet. There's the
Uh,
blue, the pink, there's
Splenda.
yes, that's it. It's
Yeah.
Splenda. Okay, sucralose is Splenda, not healthy in my book.
Okay.
Not neither is aspartame, none of those
Hmm.
unhealthy things, the sweeteners. So those are normally what you buy over there. If it's sweetened with stevia, by
Yeah.
all means, go ahead and drink it.
Okay.
They have, I leave, Hint is a great water that's flavored. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can flavor it yourself. And I even tell people, drink tea. I mean, I
Yeah.
drink tea in the winter time too, and that counts as water. Water and coffee doesn't count so much because the coffee mixes out the water you have to drink. The adage is for every 1 cup of coffee, you have to drink 4 glasses of water to get the caffeine out of your system.
Really?
So yeah, so because your coffee is dehydrating and you got to hydrate your body and you're trying to cleanse it.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
but if people don't like water, I'm like, drink water, and like that way. Or you can even eat your water. I put out a whole
Yeah.
thing one time too. You can have watermelons very high in water. If you're not diabetic, you got to be careful.
Hmm.
Cucumbers are very high in water, almost 90% water, and there's no calories in cucumbers. Same with celery. So there's
Okay.
different, you can eat foods that get the hydration in as well. But water
Okay.
is your best thing. And I try to let people know that your body is almost 70% water. Your brain is cushioned by water. Your spinal cord is cushioned. So you need to get your body hydrated and to flush out all the toxins, because that's how your body gets rid of toxins,
Ah,
is through water. So if you're just drinking coffee all day long, because I had a roommate once when I was in college and she drank like over 10 cups of coffee a day, and be like, and you're wondering why,
yeah.
you're feeling the way that you are. It's not, I have my coffee right here, but I allow myself,
Hmm.
1 cup of coffee in the morning. And after that, it's on to water.
Yeah.
And especially during the pandemic, I put those vitamin C packets in my water.
Hmm.
And flavor it that way because they have natural flavors. I buy them from Sprouts. They have those little packets. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that women can do to flavor water that they
Okay.
don't have to drink just plain water. So no, drink water and drink it that way.
I love everything you share, because I think one of the things that pulled out to me was that it can also help clean out the toxins out of your system, which I've learned even because I started doing my whole water intake thing. Whenever I got sluggish, I know that I'm not drinking enough. Like if I feel a
Yeah.
little bit like my energy's kind of shifting a little bit too much, and I'm not a big soda drinker, but I love coffee and I love green tea. Green tea is like my favorite. I love
Yes,
different
green tea
flavors
is
of green
great.
tea.
I
Yeah,
love
I
green
love
tea.
that.
Yeah.
So, but I've learned if I don't drink a lot of water, I can get sluggish throughout my day. And then I'm sure there's other things for that too, possibly. But when I'm doing a healthy intake, I feel a lot better throughout the day. I just do.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah.
And how you start your day, your mornings, because I just talked about that in the last podcast
Hmm.
episode that we had, is, set your entire day up. So if you
Hmm.
start off on a healthy note, like with a smoothie, and if you're not a breakfast eater,
Hmm.
a smoothie is a great way to get in good protein, get in some
Hmm.
greens, get in some veggies, get some fruit in there, and it sets your metabolism off. Because if you set your metabolism right in the morning, then you tend to crave less junk food throughout the day. It's a scientific fact. Research shows that
Okay.
if you don't eat a lot of carbs in the morning, and coffee, here's the thing, coffee is not a bad thing when you
Hmm.
drink it health wise. But so many
Okay.
people, they go to Starbucks and they're drinking their coffee, their lattes. Well, number one, a latte has a ton of sugar. You're
Hmm.
drinking a cup of coffee that has like maybe 550 calories by the time you down. It has whipped cream that get caramel in it. Yeah, and then your insulin is shot straight up and you're on a buzz, and then you drop
Yeah.
down and that's your entire day. And then from the rest
Yeah.
of the day on, you're looking to grab other carbs because your body's already used to that in the first thing in the morning.
Hmm.
So if you drink healthy coffee, like I drink regular, I drink organic coffee. I
Hmm.
use monk fruit because that's my thing. And I
Okay.
put some coconut oil in there, and I put you can put protein in there. I put my collagen in there, to
Okay.
make it more healthy. And it has I use soy milk, which has zero, like not a lot of calories. So the cup of coffee
Hmm.
doesn't have a lot of calories. So you have to be
Right.
careful on how you make your coffee because you don't want it to be
Okay.
unhealthy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, a lot of good tips here.
Yeah, but I
Well,
love
thank
coffee.
you.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
not giving up coffee,
No, and I love
nothing.
what you mentioned about, because I do love Starbucks. Don't get me wrong, but it's more my treat if I when I go drink it. Because there was many, many years ago, I was that person. I would go in the morning and then I would feel great. And I was never one that needed to drink it to stay awake, that kind of thing. But then I would go midday and get another one. And then I was wondering how come I was picking up so much weight, because I was drinking that much coffee like often, until I saw the caloric intake in it. And I was like, one cup, the ones I was drinking was 700 something calories.
Yeah,
And I was like, in one drink. So I was doing maybe 1,400 in calories from two drinks. And I was
yeah,
like, oh my God. And I'm over here, like, when the minute I cut that out, I just saw a big shift. So yes, I still drink it every so often, but I've learned making it from home is a lot easier. And I can control, like you said, the intake of it. But yeah.
yeah. And it's not so much of the calories. It's just if you look at the carbs, oh wow. I mean, it's like, the carbs are a lot. And that's another thing too. I mean, we are
Yeah.
carbaholics in
Hmm.
America today. So we got to really learn
Yes.
how to cut down on the carbs, especially the simple carbs. And like you said, I I tell people, you have to treat yourself. It's not even
Mhm.
like when I talk to my diabetic patients, it's like,
Right.
it's not that you can't have it sometimes. It's just not going to be your staple every day.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
going to do that as a treat, and you have to learn. I teach people how to learn how to eat. It's like, for example, I know I don't want to take up too much time. If you say that you want to go to Starbucks, I mean, if you want to go to, let's say, In and Out, I always use the example,
Hmm.
and you want to have the bun is carbs. And then you
Hmm.
look at the fries are carbs, and most people have a soda. The soda's carbs.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to lose weight and trying to cut your carbs, and you say, I want to have the bun today, well, then you have the bun, you have an iced tea, and you don't have the fries. So you pick what you want, you pick how you choose things. You
Choices.
say you're gonna go out with
Mhm.
your hubby tonight for dinner, and you're gonna have a spaghetti dinner, and you're gonna have that's pasta, carbs, you're gonna have wine,
Yeah.
that's carbs, and you're gonna have bread. Well, then you watch what you eat for breakfast and lunch, and you go low on your carbs there so you can treat yourself
Yeah.
tonight for dinner. So it's just a matter of becoming aware. And I think that's
Mhm.
we just don't pay enough attention to what we're eating and in
Yeah.
our life. We tend to walk through our life, especially when it comes to the food thing. Like
Mhm.
we get in this rut and it's just put the same things in our cart and eat the same things. And oh, we
Yeah.
just eat this. It's like, driving a car to work every day. Sometimes you get to work and you're like, oh, I didn't even realize I
Yeah.
got to work, right? It's the same thing with our food because we're not paying
Yeah.
attention.
That's true. Okay, so I want two more questions for you real quick.
Yeah.
What are your core 5 fundamentals for being healthy? And then I want you to share a little bit about what you do for people so they can know about what services and offerings you have.
Yeah, the core 5 fundamentals are exactly kind of things that we've been talking about already.
Okay.
So number one, it's to eat healthier.
Okay.
Look at where you're currently eating. I recommend people do a food journal for at least one
Mhm.
week. And
Okay.
don't care what it is, put everything down on it on your journal. Don't be harsh on yourself, whatever. And then look for what you gravitate towards mostly. And try
Mhm.
to start eating a little bit healthier, whether it's, use better oil, whether it's having, adding a little bit more plant-based into your diet, and whether it's cutting back on some meats, whether it's having
Mhm.
an extra salad a day. That's
Yeah.
number one. Number two, definitely, we already talked about this a lot, was you
Mhm.
have to drink more water. Okay.
Yeah.
Your body needs it. Your kidneys need it. Your
Yeah.
liver needs it. Your brain needs it. Everything needs it. Then number three is to move your body more. People
Okay.
have got to get up and move their body more. And I'm not talking about strenuous things where you have to go pound hours out at the gym. You need
Mhm.
to move your body because a body in rest stays at rest. A body in motion stays
Mhm.
in motion. So I have so many patients, oh, I hurt. I'm like, yes, I know you hurt, but you're going to hurt even more if you don't start getting up and moving your body because it's just
Mhm.
going to start to get stiffen up. So you need to move your body more because you need to burn calories.
Yeah.
And it needs to be a little bit of exercise. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, you got to
Mhm.
get the sweating up and feel your heart rate up. It can't just be, I get patients who tell me, well, I walk at my job. And I'm like, yeah, that's not exercise. That's movement.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
good thing. Movement
Yes.
is good, but we need to exercise more. And
Yes.
definitely people have got to get better sleep. We need to work on our
Mhm.
sleep because especially women, at all different stages of their life, pregnancy, perimenopause, menopause, business women, busy women, we're just not sleeping enough. And you really have to try to get good quality, at least 7 quality hours of sleep in there, which most of us
Yeah.
don't do
Yeah.
because that's when we're resting and we're repairing. And then the last one is the most important thing, as we've learned through all this pandemic and everything too, is people need to de-stress. I'm not saying don't stress or that stress has got to go away because it never will, but you've
Right.
got to figure out for yourself how you can lower that in your life because
Yes.
stress will kill you. It leads to inflammation, and
Mhm.
inflammation leads to so many other things that are going on. So those are
Yeah.
the five, and I try to incorporate them, and you can easily incorporate them, like we talked about, into your day. Okay, you can eat
Right.
one more salad, you can drink one more water, you can get out and move at lunch, you can set your alarm that you're going to go to bed an hour early to get that extra hour of sleep, or
Mhm.
I take CBD, it helps me sleep, and
Mhm.
just get up and meditate, or meditate a little bit, right at your computer, just give your brain a rest. So
Yeah.
see, it's easy. You can add all five of those in every day, and if you have to just make a calendar to do it because it's not a routine right at first and it doesn't feel
Yeah.
natural, then do it.
Loving all of it. You mentioned one thing, and I gotta ask you this before you share a little bit about what you do, because this was a really interesting discussion in a women's group that I was in the other day about sleep and how it helps you be productive because you're more rested. And there are people who are sharing that they were having trouble sleeping, but they use CBD products. And so, do you mind speaking a little bit about that? Because I know that we do marketing for a CBD firm, and they don't have THC in it, but they do have the products, and it does help people out. But I think there's so much misinformation about it that people don't understand that it can be very helpful to them too.
Yeah. I've been a big guru of CBD, but I've been a studier of the endocannabinoid system, and that's where CBD comes in. So CBD
Yes.
is a part of the marijuana plant. Okay, it's not the
Right.
part that you're going to get high from. It's hemp.
Right.
And like you said, there's very different, and I had to learn. Okay, I don't know everything.
Hmm.
I'm still learning,
Yeah.
and I even had I had Marcy Chaplin on from she was on from her company. She does CBD. She educates me too, because I didn't know
Yeah.
everything. And there's a difference between the CBD, like you said, and CBD that has a
Hmm.
little bit of THC. So it just
Yeah.
depends on what you are using the CBD for and how
Okay.
your body system works. Some people CBD with no THC in it works great.
Hmm.
Other people not so much. So
Right.
and for pain and for different things, you need a little bit of the THC because it
Hmm.
activates. That's what it does. It's activating the CBD, not getting you high or anything else like that.
Right.
And yeah, sleep was my big thing. All these other
Okay.
things I do really well, and I tried to work on my sleep, but I
Yeah.
just was not, sleep was just something that was a hard thing for me.
Me
And
too.
I started taking the CBD. I do a 10 milligram gummy at nighttime, and it helps me sleep so much better. I get into a deep
Mhm.
sleep. I do that REM sleep because I wasn't getting any of that. So, and I'm noticing that,
Yeah.
ever since I've been doing it, I feel so much better. My mind is clear. I have a lot more energy.
Mhm.
I thought I had a lot of that before, but I'm feeling
Yeah.
a lot better now. Sometimes you don't know how bad you're feeling until you feel better,
Yes.
So yeah, I recommend, CBD, and, you have to just look at it with, especially your employers, or if you get
Hmm.
drug tested, because even though, the product that has a little bit of THC in it, sometimes it does come up on a drug
Right.
test. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to see, but people should not be afraid of it at all.
Yeah.
And, I do the drops in the morning before I go to work, because it helps even me out during the day. So I'm not so stressed out at my job. I use the
Hmm.
gummies at sleep. They have, Marcy has a product. I use the oil on my face.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just need to learn it. And it can be so beneficial for so many things, for pain, for
Hmm.
anxiety, for depression, for sleep. And I tell all my clients, especially who have a lot of anxiety and depression, I tell them, hey, you need to go get on some CBD,
Yeah.
and people are going to be really freaked out by this, but I even tell some people who have really high anxiety, because marijuana is legal here in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying go use marijuana to get high or anything else like that, but I am a
Yeah.
proponent of marijuana for medical use. And I
Hmm.
would rather see people use that than
Hmm.
take opioids and painkillers, and
Understand.
use a lot of medication, because you can use CBD like in rubs.
Hmm.
You can do it orally, you can put it in food. It's not like you have to smoke
Yeah.
it all the time for that. So yeah, I can't say enough about it. So yeah, go and
Yeah.
try your CBD.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So how can someone learn a little bit more about you and what you
Yeah.
do?
So if you love it, you can follow us. We are on Instagram at Well Woman Network. Our website is wellwomannetwork.com.
Hmm.
And if they really would like to look at us, we have right now, I launched my first one-to-one online instead of
Hmm.
offline coaching programs called Your Wellness Journey.
Okay.
And we're looking for some beta testers for that program. So if you're interested, you can go to wellwomannetwork.com, hit the
Hmm.
work with me page, and you can just read on it and kind of see if it's something for you. Set up a
Yeah.
20-minute free call, no obligations. And, we'll see. They can
Yeah.
connect with us on Facebook. We're Well Women 360. I always get that. Well Women 360 on Facebook. So we're on all the
Okay.
social media channels and stuff like that. But come to our website. We got a lot of great resources there. We're looking
Okay.
to build up that, and we just rebranded and did all that kind of stuff. So we're really happy
It's
about that.
beautiful too. Yes, very
Thanks.
beautiful branding.
Yeah.
And we'll put all your information
Yeah,
also when we
thanks.
share this, so that way everybody will know where to reach out to you and ask any questions and go from there. But I appreciate you so much for sharing everything that you have. I think this is like an ongoing kind of conversation. So I think there's so
Yeah.
many different layers when it comes to wellness and health and self-care and just all the different things that people can do to tweak. Because I think as business women, professional, otherwise moms, all the titles that we wear, I think people are always trying to find ways that works best for them. And I think hearing different ways that you can integrate, like you said, that one extra salad, drink a little bit more water, maybe get up during lunch, just little tweaks that you can do. Like you said, small habits can also
Yeah.
become something compounded into bigger results. So I love that you share that.
Well, thank you so much. And hey, I feel
Yeah.
blessed to be here. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
And yeah, it's great.
Yes. Thank you so much, Michelle. You have a great
Thanks.
day. And like I said, what I'm doing, I'm post information, and I want to encourage everyone to honestly reach out. I know for me, being always busy mom, wife, all the different titles that we hold, many of the things that she shared, I'll say all of them, but I haven't tried all of them, I should say, but the water, the sleep, better taking care of yourself, are things that I actually have done. And I can tell you it's made a big difference in my life. And now I'm on a new health journey where I now want to shed some of the pounds, if you will. But I want to get up and move more, because that's something you said. I did that before, and I did lose significant amount of weight because I changed my eating habits, water habits, all that good stuff. So she's definitely the expert in this space. So thank you. I
You're
appreciate your
very
time.
welcome. Thank you for having me. I feel blessed. Have a great day, ladies. May
You
God
too.
richly bless your life.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.